Hey guys, welcome back to Follow Me 11B. Discussions on current events, macroeconomics, and freedom and liberty from a veteran's perspective. Tonight, it was a nice evening, so I thought I would get a change of pace and a change of scenery and do an outdoor episode at my picnic table. So bear with me on the potential mosquito attack while I'm doing this video. However, for tonight's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about monkeypox. How serious is it? What are the numbers looking like so far? And who is primarily at risk? So let's dive into an article I came across in CNN.com, at CNN.com, entitled "The WHO, World Health Organization, declares monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern." It's by Karma Hassan and Carolyn Sung. It's from July 23rd, 2022. It goes like this. The World Health Organization has declared the monkeypox outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. The decision was announced Saturday morning after the WHO convened its second emergency committee on the issue on Thursday. "I have decided the global monkeypox outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern," WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom announced on Saturday morning. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his last name. But Tedros said while the committee was unable to reach a consensus, he came to the decision after considering the 5 elements required on deciding whether an outbreak constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. He added that while he was declaring monkeypox a public health emergency of international concern, quote, "For the moment, this is an outbreak that is concentrated among men who have sex with men, especially those who have multiple partners. That means that this is an outbreak that can be stopped with the right strategies in the right groups." Okay. WHO initially stopped short of declaring the monkeypox outbreak a public health emergency of international concern after its first emergency committee meeting on June 23rd. At the time, Tedros said the emergency committee advised that at the moment, the event does not constitute a public health emergency of international concern. Gosh, can they make these titles any longer? But acknowledged that the evolving health threat that the WHO would be following extremely closely. WHO defines a public health emergency of international concern, or PHEIC, as an extraordinary event that constitutes a public health risk to other states through international spread of disease and to potentially require a coordinated international response. The organization's emergency committee on monkeypox first met in late June, blah, blah, blah. Let's jump down to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, describes the regulations as a legally binding agreement of the 196 countries to build the capability to detect and report potential public health emergencies worldwide. There are 2 ongoing public health emergencies: polio, which began in 2014, and the CV19 started in 2020. 4 other PHEICs have been declared since the regulations were put into place: H1N1, Ebola, 2014 to 2016, and 2019 to 2020, and Zika virus in 2016. Currently, the U.S. is reporting over 2,800 probable or confirmed monkeypox cases in 44 states, D.C. and Puerto Rico, according to data from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Globally, there are over 16,500 cases reported in 74 countries. Monkeypox is a much less severe cousin of the now eradicated smallpox virus. It's endemic to the parts of the West and Central Africa and is usually contracted from a rodent or a small mammal. The monkeypox virus can spread through contact with bodily fluids, sores, or items such as clothing and bedding contaminated with the virus. It can also spread from person to person through respiratory droplets, typically in a close setting, according to the CDC. Anyone who has had contact with someone with a monkeypox-like rash, or who has had contact with someone who has had a probable or confirmed case of monkeypox, is at high risk for infection. A large number of cases this year have been in men who have sex with men, and public officials are focusing their prevention efforts on this group. So, right now, like the article had stated, they're focusing their efforts on the, how do they call it, MSM group, trying to get prevention efforts in there and get vaccines to the most potentially infected individuals out there right now. However, in the last couple of days, there's been a report of the first 2 child cases of monkeypox in the United States. One was a toddler, one was an infant. So obviously this virus can spread beyond the men who have sex with men community. As they mentioned, I mean, we all live together. This is a global community now. So obviously things have more than likely spread from Africa and to, the United States, Europe, etc., through air travel and etc. Now it's here, and now we have to decide how big of a problem it is. What I had seen earlier, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I know it was over 2,000. There are currently over 2,000 cases in the United States, in UK, in Spain, and in Germany. And Canada and France aren't far behind. So numbers are growing. Obviously, there's probably a lot more cases than that right now. So obviously, if you're someone within that risk group, use extra precautions, think, and not only that, but do everything you can to just boost your immune system, no matter what community you're from. Eat right. It's summertime. I mean, take a walk, take a hike, take a bike ride, push that lawnmower, do something, take some vitamins, but just do everything you can to keep your immune system up and as strong as you can possibly keep it. But right now, just monitor CDC guidelines, but as we know, the CDC is not the end-all be-all, so take care of yourself. Do what you can, is my advice. That's what I'm doing. Looks like the it's going to get worse before it gets better, much like most of these viruses, the Zika and the Ebola, etc., etc. But they come, they go. We just got to make sure that we manage it properly. So take care of your own household, your own personal health. Don't rely on the CDC would be my advice. Follow some guidelines if they make sense for your personal situation, and work with your doctor if you're in the risk group. But that's all for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts on monkeypox and what you think the potential risk factor is for it becoming a CV-19 sized problem, or are we going to be talking about this a year from now like it was kind of a minor blip on the radar. So in the meantime, please, we are growing. Visit us, follow us, like us. We are Follow Me 11B. We are at YouTube at Follow Me 11B, Twitter, Gettr, Facebook. We are at The Real Follow Me 11B on Instagram and Rumble, and we will see you all on the next video.